Hey, it's Mr. Johns. Welcome to this episode of Sketchup for 3D Design. We are going to continue our work on our little cabin. We want to add the additional exterior walls and add the doors and windows. So let's jump right in. The nice thing here is that we've already scaled our structure. And so all we have to do now is make more rectangles. And so if we just click and drag, click and drag. I'm confident here I can really just, I don't have to do precision measurement. As long as I'm lined up here, and then watch how this works. When I click, I just simply drag up and move my mouse where these two corners join, and they will snap together and then let go. So we know that's 8 feet tall. It is, however, not 6 inches wide. So I'm going to go ahead and measure with a dimension line tool, measure the end of this wall, pull it out or up so I can see it. That is, let's see, that can't be right. 1 foot. That looks like, what is that number? 1 feet. That is not, that does not look right. Let's take a look at our measurements here and see. Oh, it's 13. It was like I couldn't see the 11. That's just a weird looking measurement. So I'm just switching around to a different measurement. So to the nearest, that's supposed to be 11 feet. That's an error in SketchUp, actually. That should not be 1 apostrophe. It should be 11 apostrophe. I've never seen that before. So I'm going to switch to basically this 0, 0, and it's going to tell me, hey, your wall is 13 feet. 0.16 inches wide. Let's go ahead and go to the push-pull tool, grab the inside wall because our outside wall is lined up where we want it. So we're going to push this in until we're at 6 inches even. Now, sometimes it is really, really tough to get it to end up at 6 inches even. And this is where we do want to go back to length snapping. So we're going to turn that back on, and we want it to be, we can kind of tell it like, hey, how do you want this to read? How close are you to 6 inches? You can see that if you want to get really, 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 really precise, like literally, I don't know what that number is. I can't tell you literally. That is to the whatever 7 decimal points, right? 6 or 7 decimal points. It's extremely close. So right now it's 6 inches, 0.1, right? So if it's not going to let me pull it in that exactly, let me try different things here to see if I can. No. We can change the snap interval here to be, let's say, a 1/16 of an inch, and let's see what that does. So it changed that to the decimal version of that, and now it gives me a little bit more. See, it allows me to get a little closer, and that's really, really close. And I'm going to tell it to go ahead and be 2 decimal points, which is still 6 inches. That is so, I mean, we're talking millimeters. So good enough. It looks like I'm playing with numbers a little bit, and I was. But I want to let you know that this box is available when you need to change some things to help you drag a part of your object to a certain size. Now, would it have been easier for me to type in 6 inches, 8 feet, or whatever the distance is? Yeah, perhaps. Perhaps it would have been. In fact, let's go ahead and do that. Let's do that on the next wall. I don't need to redo that one. So let's go ahead and pan over. Let's go ahead and do this front wall, which is, well, it should be the same as the back wall, right? 24 feet. So, and the side walls are 16 feet. So we're going to go ahead and just go to this corner, use the rectangle tool, click on the corner, just click and drag and let go. And I'm going to type in 6 inches, comma, and 24 feet, enter. Now it went the wrong way, does it on me a lot, so I'm just going to do that again, which means I have to click, drag, whoa, don't know why it does that sometimes. It goes not in the middle, or it goes in the middle. So I just start over. Click, drag, let go. Now this time I'm going to type the 24 feet first, comma, 6 inches, enter. Okay, what did I do? Try it again. 24 feet. Probably I'm not, comma, 6 inches, enter. There we go. Okay, so pan tool, so I can show you the whole thing. Now look at this. Oh, that's interesting. It went, I think I know what happened. I think this wall should be in. And I really should have started. Yes, sir. That's what it was. The end walls are 16 between the side walls are 16 feet between the two 24 foot walls. So that tells me I need to start my rectangle here, click, drag, let go, and type in the 24 feet, comma, 6 inches, enter. And hopefully I did it right, and it will reach all the way across, but no further. So yeah, that's exactly how much over that wall was. And so I could play with that more, and I might, because that kind of thing bugs me. But I'm going to call that good, because you might have the same problem. But now you'll see that that was probably the way to go versus the way I did that sidewall and had to push and pull and change all those numbers and snapping and not snapping. So now all I have to do, I know this wall is 6 inches wide by 24. I know because I told it to be. And I'm going to go ahead and click, drag up, let go, and type in 8 feet, or apostrophe, enter. Perfect. Okay. All right, we need a sidewall. Sidewall is, as we know, 16 feet by 6 inches wide. 6 inches thick. So we're going to go ahead and go just slightly wider. We're just going to connect it to this corner. Click out, let go, and again can never remember which is first. So I'm just going to go 16 feet, comma 6 inches, enter. It did not like that. It filled in the entire thing. So, okay. So this is a quirk of SketchUp. What it likes to fill in shapes. That's what it does. So it basically said, okay, hey, what I just did is I made a square, or made a rectangle in between the walls, which is true, by the way. It's exactly what I did, and that is the floor. And we need a floor. So I'm going to leave that, and I'm going to pull up the wall with the push-pull tool, click, drag up, let go, type in 8 feet, enter. And now I have 4 walls and a very, very, very skinny floor. So what that means is that floor probably should be pulled up just a little bit. So let's say you use 4 by 8 sheets of plywood as the flooring, and it is 2 inches thick. So I'm going to click, pull up, let go, type in 2 inches, enter. You can't see it, but you know in your head that floor is 2 inches thick, and you can sleep better at night because of it. So I have 4 walls and a floor. Now you might ask yourself, hey, why are some of the walls white and some of the walls are gray? That has something to do with the inside and the outside of shapes and objects, which is interesting. If you want to change it, you just click on it with a left mouse button, right click, and you tell it to reverse faces if it bugs you. And now, I'm going to go ahead and do that with all of these because it bugs me. So I would like the outsides to be white, so reverse face. When this is useful, by the way, is when you 3D print, because the 3D printer does not understand why you put the outside of a shape on the inside and vice versa. So this is just a tool I've used to fix some 3D printing options. And so now, that's interesting, that one's white on both sides, but I'm not going to spend time dealing with why. So I'm going to go ahead and get that to be white as well. And the floor probably should be white. So, okay. I'm going to go ahead and tell that one to be white on the. So the inside should be gray. The outside of the objects is what I'm saying should be white. So the actual inside, the guts of, will be gray. All right, so those are my 4 walls that I have built, all 8 feet tall, and they all fit the floor plan. Now you might ask, well, how in the world am I going to know where everything is, because I've just covered up my floor plan with solid shapes? Well, watch carefully. We're going to go over to the tool that says styles. It looks like a cylinder block and a rectangle slanted block right here. It's the 5th one up from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, 6th. I click it. By the way, a style is like the color layout. In fact, just a real quick note. I don't like this one so much. It looks like the grass is dying and the sky is very pale. So I like to go, there's a bunch of these, by the way, if you just want to play around. But if I go to default styles and switch it to this one called simple style, it's more like a summer scene. I mean, it's very green. And if that's too green for you, you can try this one, which is called landscape architecture style. Might just be a little more pleasing to the eye. In fact, I like that better, so I'm going to stick with that. All right, however, the whole point of this was that there's another style right next to the simple style, which is called X-ray vision mode. I call it that. It's X-ray. And now I can see through everything, including the floor, including the walls. And this will allow me to put in the windows. So I have, just kind of review here, I've got a window above the kitchen sink, a window above the toilet. I've got a window of the same size on the side of the bedroom, and then in the front of the cabin I've got 2 really big windows, picture windows they call them, on both sides of the door. And then on this side also, which is in the living room, I've got the same size picture window. So I've got 6 windows to put in and 1 door, which I will do in the next episode as we continue. But for now, Mr. Johns is out.